Hi Maria, my name is Charles Hohnstein. I'm doing the video commentary by you activity point option. My first question is directed at our class, and that is how many of you consider yourselves swimmers and how many consider yourselves treaders? I think it'd be interesting to see how many people consider themselves treaders because I feel like it's mostly swimmers at ISU or other colleges of that caliber. Someday I'd really like to meet someone who considers themselves a treader in a professional job or a career and have them tell me how they made it to that point because I feel like they must have had a lot of perseverance and worked really hard to get where they are. Um, Another question I have for treaders is the people that they hung out with. Like, do they hang out with other treaders? Do they hang out with swimmers? I feel like treaders would probably hang out more with treaders because your friends have a major influence on the person you are. And then my last question for treaders is how involved were parents in your life? Because I feel like swimmers definitely have a lot more parental involvement and to help them guide their way through their life. My next question is directed at society as a whole, and that is, which do you think would have a better life? A child with divorced parents or a child whose parents stay together? My parents have been together my whole life, but I have several friends who have divorced parents, and they seem to be in just as good a shape, if not better than I am, with things such as school or social life or other things like that. I feel like parents staying together would be the ideal route, but I could definitely see divorced parents having some advantages, such as having more connections from like both sides of the family and other stuff like that. My third question comes from the Kinsey sexual scale. The Kinsey sexual scale measures how much homosexual activity someone engages in, and a scale from 0 to 6, 0 being completely heterosexual, 6 being strictly homosexual. My question is directed at you, Maria, and that is, how could someone get like a 1 or 2 or like a 4 or 5 on that scale? Like, some of my friends and I make jokes, like not putting down the gay community in any way, shape, or form, but like if someone didn't know us or like know that we were just messing around, that they might think that we're homosexual, and would that give me like a 1 or a 2? Because I have no homosexual thoughts or I don't engage in any homosexual activity or anything, so that's something I'm very curious about. My fourth question is actually something I can relate to a lot, and that is my friend. My question is, do you think that he could be gay or possibly like transgender in the future? It's recently been brought to my attention that he is actually a crossdresser, which is someone who wears women's clothing or men's clothing in a woman's case for pleasure, and they get thrills from that. He's asked several girls to do it for him. I've had many people tell me about it. He actually recently just asked my ex-girlfriend, and she told me about it. So I was just wondering, like, do you think he's gay? Or is it just like a fetish he has? Or I don't really know. Like, it doesn't bother me. I don't know really what to think of it. I'm never asked him about it. I'm never going to ask him about it, I don't think. But it's just something I'm really curious about. From what we've learned in class, I feel like this is a recipe for someone becoming transgender later in their life, which I also don't have a problem with if that's the route he decides to take. But I'm just wondering what your thoughts on that is. I have one more question, and it's pretty broad, but it's one that I've had since the first time I talked about this issue with someone, and that is, why isn't gay marriage legal? It's currently legal in only 14 states, but it's legal to have sex with a horse in 23. If you ask me, that's pretty messed up. If they aren't legalizing it because of religion, that's absurd, because religion shouldn't have any effect on politics. And if they're doing it for the children or something like that, there's been many studies done proving that, if anything, gay parents are actually better parents than heterosexual parents. So those are all my questions. Respond to them in any ways you want. Thanks for listening. Bye.